What's up, fam? I go by the name of Blessons. I'm a producer and mixing engineer out of the Dallas-Fort Worth area. And today I want to share some parallel compression tips when mixing vocals. Now, I was going to include parallel compression tips for drums and my mix bus in this video as well, but I didn't want to, one, shortchange you by leaving some stuff out, and two, I didn't want to make a super long video. So we're just going to break it up into 3 different videos. Now, although I enjoy doing these mixing tip videos for you, it's really pointless if you're already having trouble mixing or you're just starting out. And I get that. I'm currently working on a new mini course for you guys called How I Start Every Mix. Now, it will be free for a limited time. And if you want to ensure you get a copy, I left a link in the description below. Just register for it and I'll be sure you get a copy once it's released. With that being said, let's get into this first video of my parallel compression series.
Blessons did it.
So when it comes to parallel compression on my vocals, it's a 2-step process for me, and it really depends on what I'm looking for. And before we get into my process, let me show you what we're looking at here, where to draw your attention, because there's a lot going on. So what we're gonna focus on is this first track right here, and this track called Body, and this track called Brightness. These two are my parallel compression tracks for my vocals. Okay, so before I do anything, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna play, and this is a song that I've used before. This is a song by Dave Wayne called Decisions. I've used it in one of my other tutorials before, so we're just gonna use the same exact song. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna play the track from jump, and I'm going to, right now the parallel compression is muted. I'm gonna unmute it as it's playing so you can hear the difference, and then we'll talk about it. Here we go.
Said that she love me to hate me, I'm taking away you could date me. She said that it driving her crazy, but I can't be your man. Decision, I'm stuck in the middle, this shit got me tripping. She digging my pimpin', that Gucci aroma got hop in it dripping. She swear that she different,
So if you notice, it basically brings those vocals right up front, sitting right center in front of you. Now, how do I make my decision on parallel compression when it comes to vocals, and what am I looking for? Basically, me personally, my mixing style, I love for my vocals to sit right in one place, right? I love them to be up front and not move around, but just right there in one place. So when it comes to parallel compression, that's what I'm shooting for. So I'll go and basically get everything mixed how I want it, and then it's kind of like a finishing thing for me to bring the vocals right where I need to be. So when would I know when I need to use parallel compression, or what would trigger that for me, right? When it comes to vocals, I'm wanting my vocals to be more present, more up front in a mix. I need a little bit more energy. I need a little bit more body. As you can tell here, I keep it simple, right? Things that describe what I'm looking for. Got one named Body, one named Brightness, right? All right, so what we got here? I have this send in pre-fader. I'm sending the signal to this Body and Brightness track. Now, pre-fader, post-fader, what's the difference? Without confusing you too much, basically pre-fader means it's giving me the full signal before the fader, meaning I can turn this fader all the way down and I'm still going to receive the full length of the signal. Post-fader would mean it's going to give me the sound of it after all this, okay? Now, sometimes I use pre-fader, sometimes I use post-fader. You got to trust your ears, right? So what am I doing here? On the first one, I want Body. So when it comes to Body, I use the distressor. Now, typically, I'm aiming for about 7 right here, right? And you can copy my settings, but basically, I'm gonna push the input, attack. I have a slower attack, a faster release. And yeah, I mean, copy my settings. I have it on nuke because I wanted to kill it, right? And I'll play it, and then I'll engage it, and I'll turn it up so you can kind of see what it's doing. And then we'll go over the rest of it. Here we go.
said that she love me to hate me, I'm taking away you could date me. She said that it driving her crazy, but I can't be your man. Decision, I'm stuck in the middle, this shit got me tripping. She digging my pimpin'.
Now keep in mind, I said I usually aim for 7. This is where I trusted my ears, right? Because you see it's not hitting 7. So trust your ears. That's cool to start with. But behind that, I'm bringing a limiter behind there, an L1 limiter. And what I'm doing here is lowering that level, right? I'm bringing it up completely. So let's check it out.
Said that she love me to hate me, I'm taking away you could date me. She said that it driving her crazy, but I can't be your man.
And actually, let's do it like this. Since I have it in pre-fader, let's do it this way.
Said that she love me to hate me, I'm taking away you could date me. She said that it driving her crazy, but I can't be your man.
So it's just got a little more of a lift to it, right? Then in conjunction with that, after, I'm cleaning up a little bit. I don't need any of this low end. There's a little bit mids here that I'm dipping out. I'll let you hear before and after.
Said that she love me to hate me, I'm taking away you could date me. She said that it driving her crazy.
So just a little cleanup, right? So this adds the body to it. We'll turn it back down. We'll dial it in a minute. Next, we have this brightness. When I need a little bit of more brightness on the top end of this vocal, this is what I tend to use. I don't always use both of them, but when I do, now this is what I use. Obviously the blue face here, you don't have to use the UAD version. I have a ratio of 12 here. Attack, a very fast attack, a very fast release. And let's see how much I'm driving into it.
Said that she love me, they hate me. I'm taking no way you could date me. She said that they driving her crazy, but I can't be your man. Decision. I'm stuck in the middle, this shit got me tripping. She digging my pimping.
Typically on here, I'm looking for between 7 and 10 is what I'm looking for.
Said that she love me, they hate me. I'm taking no way you could date me.
Okay. Same thing, got a limiter behind it.
Said that she love me, they hate me. I'm taking no way you could date me.
Same thing, just a little cleanup.
Said that she love me, they hate me. I'm taking no way you could date me. She said.
And keep in mind, guys, these pro cues, I don't just set them there and leave them there. It's gonna be track specific, right? Sometimes I might just want the mid range. Sometimes I need a little bit more of the low end. So really just use your ears and dial it in. This is just starting points for you. So now that I have it, the way I'll dial it in is I'll play the track with everything, and then I'm gonna turn it really low, right? And I'm gonna, as you can see, I have the verse muted. I'm gonna let the beat play, and I'm gonna turn these up where I can just barely hear them. Here we go.
She said that they driving the.
Okay, that's a good starting point. Now I'm gonna bring the vocals in. I'm gonna mute this, and then I'll engage it, and I'll adjust from there.
Said that she love me, they hate me. I'm taking no way you could date me. She said that they driving her crazy, but I can't be your man. Decision. I'm stuck in the middle, this shit got me tripping. She digging my pimping. That Gucci aroma got her in it dripping. She swear that she different, but I know she lying, I'm keeping my distance. Low sense some resistance.
Now, obviously, I'm doing this overboard. It's really bringing those really up front, right? So another way I could dial that in here is like this.
Said that she love me, they hate me. I'm taking no way you could date me. She said that they driving her crazy, but I can't be your man. Decision. I'm stuck in the middle, this shit got me tripping. She digging my pimping. That Gucci aroma got her in it dripping.
But also you gotta keep in mind we're in pre-fader mode. This is gonna give the full level to feed into those, right? So if I bring the level all the way down, nothing is gonna feed into the distressor. Let me show you. Nothing, right? Because nothing's feeding into it. Look where it's heading now, the 7, right? So I'm gonna turn it back down. Okay, so obviously I'm going into that a little too much here, just showing you what I'm looking for, but this is how I typically approach parallel compression when it comes to vocals. Try it out and let me know how it works out for you. Now, if this video has helped you out in any way, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share it with someone that you feel could benefit from this information. If you're interested in my free mini course that I spoke about in the beginning of the video, the link will be in the description below. Any additional requests, questions, clarity, leave in the comments below and I'll get back to you. Again, I go by the name of Blessons, and remember to always, always, always trust your ears. I'm out.
Blessons did it.